Good morning. This is Steve Balich coming to you from Momo in the Morning's answer to the problem that is at hand. I'm looking back in time a little bit and I'm seeing Hillary Clinton. Remember all that stuff with her? You know, bleaching her servers and all of her computers and her laptops and her cell phones, destroying all the evidence that she was ordered to give to the courts. Nothing happened to her. Then we go into the other stuff with Comey, the Department of Justice, the FBI, the CIA, all spying on Trump, all trying to pull a coup off, get rid of the guy. Finally, in an impeachment for stupid reasons. Did anything happen to any of them people? The answer is no. All right, so there's a problem right out of the get-go, right in the very beginning of Trump's election. All these people that were breaking the law, which if I did it or you did it, you'd go to prison. That's treason what they did. And they got away with it. Nothing happened to them. They didn't even get a slap on the hand. Forget about having a country that stands for the rule of law because it already doesn't. Those people got away with it, so the law doesn't apply to certain people. Then we start going into the other part of this thing. The free speech that we have. Now you can get fired from your job because you put a comment on Facebook or Twitter that the company that you work for don't like. So there's no more free speech. Nothing happens to those companies. They're allowed to get away with firing people because they're saying that it's a bad image for them because you work for them. And they have a right to do whatever they want because it's a private company. Yeah, I agree. They have a right to do what they want, but at the same time, we have a right to talk. We have a right for free speech. And now all of a sudden, there is no free speech. If you say something that the media dooms as bad, and I use the word doom because that's what this all is about right now. It's doom and gloom, all bad stuff. Now the election comes. We were under the attack of the Chinese Communist government with the coronavirus. The WHO didn't do nothing about it. And Dr. Fauci worked for the WHO, and the WHO was controlled by China. So right out of the get-go, we got a problem. People got to realize what the heck is going on. Now the coronavirus, I just read they think it's going to be around till March of 2025. How the hell do they know it's going to be around the March of 2025? We were just told they got a vaccination that could work. But now, I guess we're not going to use it in the United States. We're going to use it overseas first. Just like what just happened with the election. We're supposed to have the most pure elections in the world. At least that's what we're told. Now all of a sudden you find out that with Dominion, our elections are sent overseas to Germany, Spain, Venezuela, all to be tabulated. Why can't we tabulate the votes in our own country? Why did this Dominion thing, it was shown to have a patch on it. That's what they call it, where they could put a logarithm into the whole system and throw votes one way or the other. Why on earth do we have a system like that? So then when Trump's votes are so overwhelming, it overwhelms their logarithm. Now they got to go in and stop the votes. So if you notice that voting stopped for 4 hours in a lot of places, that was so they could catch up with the cheating. What the heck is going on? Because these people are not being called out. They seem to never get called out. To me, this reminds me of a war between the globalists and the Americans and the people that believe in sovereignty all over the world. We don't want to be controlled by globalists, which Joe Biden is. He's part of the Chinese garbage. Just think about it. Hunter Biden gets millions of dollars, and the kid's basically stupid when it comes to energy. He don't know nothing. I know just as much as he do, maybe more. So now you got a problem. The Democrats, the media, the globalists, everybody's fighting against the president. The president is showing how the vote was stolen. Republicans like Mitt Romney and Sass, they don't really care. They don't like the president. Why don't they like him? Maybe because Mitt Romney's son worked for the Chinese too. So did Nancy Pelosi's son. So what are we doing here? Our country, which is supposed to be so great and so pure, really isn't so great and so pure. There's two parts to the law. If you're with part A, you don't get in trouble for nothing. If you're in part B, you get in trouble for opening your mouth up the wrong way. You get fired from your job if you say that the Democrats are a bunch of thieves. I know Democrats, and they're frustrated. They're worried. They don't like the idea of an unfair election, and they believe the election was stolen. All these people in the United States have to wake up. So now we're going to sit back and accept whatever they tell us, and now they're telling us to lock down again with the coronavirus. All that is, it's an assignment by the globalists to see how hard they can push us before we tell them no. If you like hunting or you're a gun person, don't worry about it. Biden's talking about $200 a year tax on every gun you own. Then they want to tax the ammunition. So ammunition will cost so much money you won't be able to go target practice. It's a big, big farce. They want to take your guns away because if they take all the guns away from the people in the United States, we have nothing to fight them with. Because we are eventually going to end up with a fight. It's going to be the normal citizens, the good people of the United States versus the globalist, Chinese-dominated people like Joe Biden and Kamala, however the heck you want to say that lady's name. All of them got to be out there, and they're saying Trump is crazy that he didn't win. Well, we know that there's a problem. Why on earth can't they address the problem? Maybe because they'll get caught. So let's say a lot of prayers for President Trump and forget about the idea, the notion that this is a fair election. There isn't anymore. That means our country does not exist as we know it because there are no more fair elections. They can be rigged. And unless we do something about that, the next election that comes up is going to be rigged, just like this one. How does it go down to the local level where they start rigging local elections? Who knows what the heck's on their mind? But it's not that hard for them, evidently. So if they get away with it, why not keep doing it? Say prayers. God bless everybody.